Hi there, this is the Shawn1113 podcast show. I am your host, Shawn1113. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, wherever platform you may be listening to, anywhere and everywhere in the world. Also, for commenting and sharing this podcast. Now, with that, and of course, the business inquiries will be down below at Shawn47k at gmail.com. But like I said, everything is good. So thank you so much. We got a lot. We got a lot right now. And before I almost forget, we're going to talk about a lot of things. We almost forgot that the PGA Championship, as of this podcast, is going on if it hasn't already. It's a lot of golfers right there at Charlotte, North Carolina, and I got to tell you, when I'm looking at this list, my first thought is Scotty Scheffler to win the PGA Championship. Um, Bryson Chichamino, Bryson Chichamino, um, Jordan Spieth might be the next one. Uh, some say Tommy Fleetwood, but I'm not so sure about that. He's definitely due for it. Max Homa is also due for it as well. I don't know, man. It's gonna be another what Rory McIlroy, of course, absolutely will be right in it. But I think Scotty Scheffler right now, in my opinion, is the one player at this point that should win it. Xander Schauffele, I can't forget him. John Robb, Livia Albrecht did well in the Masters. Um, there's a lot. So watch. So if you're a golf fan, definitely want to watch the PGA Championship. Sure. Now, upcoming sporting events, including French Open, Wimbledon this summer. Of course, NCAA College World Series, softball and baseball. Lacrosse coming on Memorial Day. Women's and men's lacrosse. Just a lot of stuff there. If you're interested in checking that out. Now, the MLB reinstatements, real quick. I'm happy to see Pete Rose and Shula Joe Jackson um, reinstated to the Hall of Fame. Let's don't forget their transgressions of that past. But I'm glad they're there. They'll probably come in when they are eligible. They might go in. I'm sure about that. That Jackson and Rose will come in posthumously, of course, one way or the other. So glad of that. College football coming pretty soon. A lot. I mean, I'll be talking a lot of college football in the fall, of course, NFL football. The Preakness is coming up, the Belmont as well, with sovereignty not being in the Preakness. I don't. Let me check for 1 second. Let me see for 1 second who's going to be the horses. Um, ooh. I'm thinking. I'm thinking journalism might win that race. Ooh, let me see. Journalism, yeah, he's going to be the favorite coming in. And I'm looking at River Thames. Sandman. Oh, Sandman, come on, man. You did not do well in that race. Come on. Clever again. Celine. Right now, journalist is going to be the favorite coming in. So, but I'm not going for Sandman this time. Glory oriented. Well, we'll see. But it's going to be on the 701. If you, like I said, it's on the 17th of May as of this time. So if you want to watch the Preakness in your horse racing fan, definitely check that out. And NBA and AHL playoffs. Congratulations to the Minnesota Timberwolves for going to the Western Conference Finals. The other ones right now are still in play. Celtics and Knicks. Celtics without Jason Tatum. Um, Very tough break with the Achilles injury. Boy, the NBA is going to slowly miss him for the next 2 years or so, next year and a half or so. Let's see what Boston can do from there. The Knicks still one game away from winning, going to Eastern Conference Finals. Indiana eliminating Cleveland. I'll talk about Cleveland in a minute. We got Oklahoma City and Denver still playing, but Cleveland's loss was a total collapse in my opinion. And I guarantee you this: if you're the number one seed and you collapse like that, and it means nothing. If you can't take advantage of that number one seed, I guarantee it's nothing. That the regular season really means nothing, and you couldn't take advantage of it. I don't care what team it is. That's my opinion about that. Stanley Cup playoffs right now. Congratulations in order to Edmonton beating Vegas as of this time. I really thought Vegas was going to win, but I don't think so. Think so. Florida, are we seeing another collapse by Toronto? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. But Edmonton is on a mission to win the Stanley Cup, that's for sure. Without a doubt. A doubt. The doubt. Um, Carolina should be able to finish Washington, in my opinion. Dallas and Winnipeg, it can go either way with that series. So Winnipeg might want to. I don't. If Winnipeg better not give Game 7 to Dallas, because if they do, that's it. We'll see though. We'll see what happens from there. Let me see. Let me see. Let me check something right here. I'm looking at something on the screen. My apologies, folks. It's just a lot. Meanwhile, right now at this time, now let me talk about the my plans for the summer. I will be. I just want to tell you in advance. Number one, my fifth anniversary is coming up. I love it, and then like I said, I am so thankful by the grace of God that I have done this podcast for all that time, over 200 episodes plus, and there's going to be more to go. But I will be taking some. Well, I will be taking a break though, and probably the perfect time for a break will be the summertime. Oh, wait a minute! Before I do that, let me go MLB. Sorry about that, folks. I forgot about baseball. I'm all over the place. My apologies. But I will be taking a break this summer, sometime this summer, so to get recharged and get recharged for a blitzkrieg of football, blitzkrieg of NBA, blitzkrieg of the baseball playoffs, and a whole lot more. I mean, you know, NHL and NBA will be soon as season. I don't even count the WNBA. I'm sorry, I don't count. Doesn't count for me. But in any case, though, College World Series and women's softball count, and women's tennis count more than WNBA. That's my opinion about that. But I'm going to take a break after that, shortly after the fifth anniversary, unless there's something else that comes up. But in my opinion, right now, I will be taking I will be taking a break this summer. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I'll definitely be back in the fall, Lord willing. So with that, now I'm gonna go to the MLB standings in the American League. Yankees in Toronto, Boston, Tampa Bay, but the Yankees still with the lead. Detroit in the Central over Cleveland and Kansas City. Minnesota is beginning to catch up. Playing some. Oh, Minnesota's 10-0. Wow, they caught fire. Chicago's better than I thought White Sox are better than I thought. Seattle won, and Houston and Texas and the Athletics, Sacramento, in my opinion, playing some pretty good baseball at the moment. Nobody's playing better baseball right now in the American League than Minnesota at the moment. National League, the Mets continue to get hot, and they're almost unbeatable, 17-5. Um, Philadelphia and Atlanta. Atlanta, Atlanta is getting along after that very, very slow start. Cubs, Louis, St. Louis is playing some good baseball right now. Milwaukee, Cincinnati, Dodgers in the West regain the lead. San Diego, San Francisco, Arizona. That's going to be a very tight race throughout. So no doubt about that. Colorado, the worst team in the league. Ooh, brutal, 736. Ugh. If you're a Colorado fan, God bless you. But that's bad. That's honestly bad. Be bad. Now, let's go to the NFL schedule. Shall we? Shall we? Well, folks, first of all, I'm going to talk about my Dolphins. Oh, by the way, another in the English Premier League, with Liverpool being the defending champion. It won't be far from then for English Premier League. Now, world football, be honest. Now let's go to the National Football League. The schedule is now out. I'm going to talk about my Dolphins in a little bit, but looking at everything right now, got some very interesting games for Thanksgiving. Now I'm looking forward to, especially that KC Dallas game. I mean, Kansas City's all over the place, man. Man, they can't get enough of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Well, I don't know. Black Friday, Chicago, Philadelphia. Can Chicago take? I'm very interested to see if Chicago, with Ben Johnson as their head coach, take the next step for themselves. I'm very so is Cincinnati. So is Buffalo. Can they can Buffalo ever beat Kansas City when it comes to the playoffs? Baltimore is ready, will always be ready to go. Atlanta with Michael Penix Jr., can they take that next step? Cleveland, who's their quarterback? Dallas has a brutal back end of the schedule. Let's see how they earn. Can can Denver's offense match Denver's defense? Oof. Mm. We'll see about that. Detroit probably take a step back. I don't think too much of a step back, to be honest with you. Green Bay, I like Green Bay's schedule, but they got kind of a brutal schedule at the back end as well. Houston might take a step back this year. They have a little bit of an easier schedule. Indianapolis, same thing, but I am not so sure. Jacksonville, can they come back to some kind of level? Kansas City, um, they got all the luck last year. We'll see if they get all the luck this year. They got an easier schedule than you think. The Raiders in the toughest division in football, the AFC West, they got to get through a bunch of teams. I don't know. I know there's a Raider fan out there do I happen to know, but let's see how good Las Vegas is with Genty, their new coach Keith Carroll. We'll see what happens. So and I feel the same way about the LA Chargers as well. Let's see if they can get to the first half of that schedule, and they might be in pretty good shape. And I do the same thing with the Rams as well. Miami, I'll get to them in a minute. Minnesota could get kind of brutal in the middle of the schedule. So is New Orleans. I feel the same way. Giants should be better, but who is really their quarterback this year? I don't know about Giants. The Jets down year, no doubt about it. Philadelphia, the defending Super Bowl champions, very interesting schedule. Dallas and KC, uh, Tampa Bay, Denver. They have no easy games this year. I don't know how they're going to end up. Pittsburgh, who is really their quarterback? I think they're going to be on the downside a little bit. San Francisco, if they stay healthy, they should excuse me, should be on the upside once again. Although the middle of their schedule should be easy this year. Seattle, um, and I'm looking at them kind of easy, kind of the middle of the road of their schedule. Tampa Bay, so it's Tampa Bay. The only team that should compete against them in the NFC South is Atlanta, and we'll see what Atlanta does. Tennessee with Cam Ward as quarterback, kind of a kind of a brutal end of the schedule. The last three, um, I don't expect them to see much from them. Maybe the second or third year when Cam Ward is quarterback, we'll see what happens when they take that lead. You never know with the NFL. Washington, a little bit, you know, they could be, they could win 11 games, 11-6 isn't ability, but the last two games, Philadelphia and Dallas should be very interesting. So let's see what they can do. They have no easy games though. Easy games though from game two, four, five, six, seven to the middle. They have no easy games at all. Miami, I can see this team either go 10-7 or 7-10. The range is 7 to 10 wins for my Dolphins because New England's not going to be as easy as it has been this year. So and speaking of New England, they should be better with Drake May's quarterback. They should get some win. They should get more. They should get some more wins and some surprise wins as a result. We'll see from that. But that's pretty much my view of the NFL schedule 2025. We'll get more onto it as time goes on. Um, it, as time goes on, but I feel pretty good about my assessment on it. As assessment on it, but man, I can't wait for all kinds of sports in the summer, even in the dog days of summer. But I can't wait for it. And with that, that is the Shawn1113 Cast Show for May 15th, 2025. Like I said, if you love this podcast, please put a 5-star rating. Share this podcast. It's also going to be on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook as on X, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And my business inquiries is is on the Shawn1113 Cash Show is Shawn47k at gmail.com. That is Shawn47k at gmail.com. And with that, thank you so much for listening to the Shawn1113 Podcast Show. Please stay encouraged no matter what and live your life as normal as possible in a normal world. Thank you.